Yuella and I stay behind as the alchemists retreat. The troops are approaching us. This narrow road leads to Yuidora. Lagoon is waiting up ahead with an ambush ready. The cloud of dust coming toward us looks like it spans the entire horizon. Yuella faces it fearlessly. What are you going to do? There isn't time to explain. Pretend to be nothing more than an alchemist, and leave the talking to me. Got it. I'll try. Yuella stands in front of the approaching troops, and blocks the road. When they see us waiting for them, they slow down. Who are you? I am Yuella. Yuella the Moon. You appear to be troops of Tokia. I have been waiting here to speak to your general. Please give me an audience with him. The soldiers talk among themselves for a few moments, before what appears to be their commander steps out. A spy? What are you doing here? The enemy is lying in wait ahead of here. It would be better to divert your forces into the forest. What? The commander exchanges hurried whispers with the man behind him. They're suspicious of her. Then they look at me. Who's he? A local man. He's familiar with the area. The road narrows ahead, and contains a valley suitable for an ambush. I bow to them, my heart pounding. They begin whispering again. He wouldn't lie, would he? Send out scouts if it worries you. What's the size of the ambush? About 50 people, evenly divided onto both sides of the valley. Hey, you three, go scout it. 3 soldiers race away from us up the road. You will wait here with us. If you're lying, then... Despite his threat, Yuella stays calm. My heart's pounding in my ears. It's not a lie. Laguna has about 50 people lying in wait ahead of here. But what's the point if we just tell them about it? Do you have anything else to report? His question surprises me, but Yuella responds immediately. The new lord of Yuidora is dead. I accidentally make a noise, but swallow it just in the nick of time. He is. I heard no such news. I did it according to the Shogun's orders. Yuidora's organization has surely fallen into chaos by now. Oh. He looks at Yuella suspiciously. I can feel a cold sweat running down my back. After we wait a while longer, the 3 scouts return. Our report. As she said, about 50 people are waiting in ambush ahead, deployed on either side of the valley. I see. And you, Moon, was it? Your house has already lost its birthright. However, your information was useful. Continue your service, and you can distinguish yourself and find honor. Yuella silently returns his bow. Now then, what should we do? The commander thinks long and hard. Is there any way to sneak into Yuidora? There is. This man knows about an old tunnel. I see. Can you show us the way?
将軍より受けた任務がある。が、夕刻以降ならば。
I have my duty to the Shogun, but perhaps after night falls.
ここより半里ほど東に行った林の中に小川がある。そこで落ち合おう。
There is a river in the woods half a ri east of here. We will meet there. You are most gracious.
この道は他にも伏兵がある。森へ迂回された方が良いと将軍に伝えてほしい。
There will be further ambushes on this road. Tell the Shogun it would be better to divert into the forest. Understood. Thank you for your guidance. Move out. Dispatch a messenger back to the Shogun. The forces turn and begin moving toward the forest. When they're finally out of sight, I breathe a sigh of relief. I'm dead?
嘘に決まっている。
It's obviously a lie. So you can lie too.
戦いではな。
This is war. Even so, they took it unexpectedly easily. Now they'll be slowed down having to go through the woods.
いや、将軍はそれほど愚かではない。騙されたとすぐ気づくだろう。
No, the Shogun is not that stupid. He will realize it's a lie immediately. Then why?
時間稼ぎをしただけだ。それと、少々挨拶をしておいた。
Just stalling for time, and giving them a little greeting. Well, in any case, let's head back to Yuidora. I'm sure everyone's waiting. When we enter the bar, a number of alchemists stand up from their seats. We heard. You really did buy us more time. A crowd quickly gathers around us. They're not drunk and grumbling anymore. They're all looking at us full of life again. No, they're looking at Yuella. We're awake now, thanks to you. I guess we lost our way a little. We can't just rot away in here. I thought about the past, too. Back then when it was like this, the alchemists of Yuidora fought. Yeah, everybody. Now's the time we show them the strength of Yuidora's alchemists. That's right. Nobody else can do it but us. A loud cheer shakes the entire bar. My life is in your hands. We'll protect Yuidora together.
Ah.
Yeah. Yuella looks at the enthusiastic alchemists with the same expression as always. But now, when they come up to her to shake her hand, she accepts each one.
みんながバラバラに戦ってはダメだ。相手は戦い慣れている。こちらも力を合わせて戦う必要がある。
Everyone cannot fight separately. They are used to war. We must join our strength and fight. You said it. Don't underestimate Yuidora's alchemists. What's this drunk think he's saying? Like you're any better. I've got to polish my blade, too. It rouses these old bones. Yuella's eyes pass over the alchemists with a serious look in them.
皆もユイドラを守りたいはずだ。
You all want to protect Yuidora, too.
手を貸してほしい。一緒に戦おう。
I want to help you. Let us fight together. Yeah, leave it to us. We'll beat those Disneyfrodians and send them running. Another cheer rises through the bar. Shogun, a member of the Skuna advance force, has returned. Oh? Call him here immediately. Sir. After a while, the commander walks in with a grim look. What happened? Sir, we discovered an ambush. They are waiting for us on the road, so we decided to advance through the forest. I see. So, you came back without fighting? Sir, because your orders were to not endanger our valuable soldiers. Indeed so. That is exactly what I ordered. Furthermore, we made contact with a spy who has ties to a local man, and made arrangements to bypass their walls. Please, let me lead the advance guard myself. I will consider it. How did this person introduce themselves? Yuidora, the moon. I see. Shogun, I suggest we bypass the enemy by moving through the forests, and break straight into their stronghold. In other words, take narrow forest paths in a foreign land that will force us to march single file. Will your forces act as our lead? Sir, I will accomplish this faithfully if you leave this honorable duty to me. I'm sorry for troubling you. I am a soldier just like you. Enough. Get some rest with your troops. Sir. After the schooner commander leaves, the Shogun relaxes. I'm being timid too. The enemy are clever as foxes. So, how are we going to attack? How indeed. With our numbers, pressing forward would be easy, but I do not want to waste our precious soldiers. You're right. The Emperor feels the same way. Even so, we don't have any other choice. Send another group out to scout, and warn them to be wary of traps. The enemy's far more familiar with this land than we are. If we're careless, our legs will be cut out from under us. And send a unit here. The Shogun points at highlands near the border of Zoth. We will be able to observe the surrounding regions from there. If the enemy moves, we'll find out about it quickly. Sir, right away. The enemy's advance force is coming. Should we engage them? How many are there? They're about a third our size. The alchemist's morale is high. I think we should meet them outside our walls and drive them away. However, we also lack information. Tokiya's army is moving slowly. We don't know where they're going to station their forces yet. Tokiya's army values speed, but they appear to have guessed that our plan was to barricade ourselves here and wait. Just like Yuidora said. We didn't trick the Shogun after all. No wonder they're so famous for their military accomplishments. It's only going to get worse for us if we can't think of a way to break the siege quickly. But ahead of that, whatever else happens, we can't let the enemy set up camp right here. Let's get ready to engage them. The war is finally really beginning. I'm going too. I can't watch from the back. I understand. Prepare yourself. I'm not going to stop you, but be careful. We leave Yuidora and proceed a short way down the main highway. We leave the main road and begin setting up in the abundant forests around the area. We're going to lie in wait to ambush them here. The road curves here, so along with the trees, that makes this an excellent spot to ambush them and force them away. We mix in with the rest of the units, and take the center position. Say, how should we move? Once you get the signal, defeat the enemies in front of you. Sarui holds up her finger for silence. Her ears twitch. Be quiet. Everybody holds their breath. A few moments later, We hear the sound of troops coming up the road. They're here. Staying this quiet's hard. Be patient a little longer. They're still approaching. There's fewer than I thought. Maybe it'll be an easy win? The soldier at the front stops, and suddenly looks toward where we're hiding. Crap. Were we found? No, not yet. He walks toward us, watching the area around him carefully. Should we? Wait a little longer. Even more troops come into sight on the road. A bird flies up. The soldier looks up at it in surprise, then back at the forest. Ambush! The enemy all raises their weapons together. We have to go now. Alright, everyone, go! Roger. Hey, let's take them out. We all rush out together. And there's a lot of them. We need to calmly analyze the situation in order to win this battle. The area is full of enemy flags. If we can occupy these spots, we'll be able to stop them from getting more reinforcements. However, the further forward we go, the thinner our rear guard is going to be. We have to also protect our rear in case of an emergency, and be ready to intercept the enemy. Think about how you fight. Begin combat. And here we are again. This time it's just killing everyone. Or reaching turn 20, but let's face it, killing everyone is much faster for us. Yes, we can roll. Now, do listen. The control here. Meetings fast. You need to listen. You need to new cards. I'll always sign it out. For feed now. Terrible method, is it? Trusting first. Well, I do not get. I need to get last. I feel this out days. Let me do that. I'll you. Let's see. I stay here after the letter. This is left, so speak. Well, I'm doing. Here now. Consist. You need to pretty much just about done with this one. That's not quite then. More reinforcements. Well, I was expecting that. And that one is dressed like he's their general. Be careful and don't treat him like a normal enemy. Yeah? I figured this guy was the general. What are you? Oh, you're just a warlord. You're a wind lord. Okay, sure. Hello, friends. How many flags do I I must have back moved to snap. Small. How does this look now? I look now. Yeah, but. Exploding. Okay, I'm rest. I'm rest. Beads for all the temperate, only less. Thank you. And where is you? Over the top of oh, a stat stone. Well, it's not like I really need to care about those anymore, we can just farm them. Look, the enemy is retreating. The enemy troops all fall back together. A cheer comes out from the alchemists. Some of the alchemists chase after them. Don't chase too far. Don't go after them. Yuidora yells at them to stop as they get carried away and run after the retreating forces. Wait, don't go! Sarui, Emilita, get everybody ready to withdraw. Huh? Why? The main force is coming. I chase after her as she runs off. Yuidora, I'm coming with you. I catch up to her as she chases after the alchemists. How do you know the enemy's coming? There were too few of them, and they retreated too quickly. That was just a reconnaissance unit. Meaning that their job was to measure the size of our ambush. Now I understand their strategy. When they get back to the main forces, they'll know how few of us were involved in the ambush. So then the main force will swoop in and crush us. Everyone has to retreat before that happens. We catch up to the alchemists we were chasing. Fortunately, they lost sight of the enemy down the road, and stopped not far away. Thank goodness. Is this everybody? Damn it. We lost them. No, you got lucky. We explained to them what Yuidora just told me. So you mean that the enemy's real army's coming? If we wait a little longer, then... Disneyfrodi's army is not that generous. Well, whatever. I'm glad we found you. Let's get out of here before their main forces arrives. Everybody follow me. No, I'm staying. But there's no point fighting here. Someone's got to see how they move, you know? I'm here to be your scout. Calling this the end of this mission would be a disgrace to Yuidora's alchemists. I want to do what little I can. This is my job this time. Please give me the order, Lord. The man looks at me and Yuidora with a determination in his eyes. Yuidora looks to me and nods. Alright, don't fight them. Return as soon as you find them. The most important thing is returning to make your report. Yeah, I promise. You hurry back too. Okay, I'm counting on you. We leave a few alchemists behind, and go back to the earlier battleground. We catch up with the last of the units getting ready to leave the area. All preparations for withdrawal are complete. Should we leave now? Yeah, let's go. Yuidora looks back toward the forest. Sarui also watches the forest carefully. She closes her eyes and strains to hear something with her ears. Something's coming closer. Something large. The enemy's main force, or their vanguard. We can't be slow now. All Yuidora forces, withdraw. Everybody begins moving when I give the command. We quickly retreat back to Yuidora, as the shadow of Disneyfrodi presses down on us. The Disneyfrodi army calmly begins their siege on Yuidora. The Zoth troops position themselves to the northeast, while the Tokia troops go to the south. I've come to the guards to check on their current positions. The 2 gates leading into Yuidora have been closed and sealed. There's always been a guard, but now there's an entire team watching the gates. The atmosphere here is heavy. One of the alchemists calls over to me. Is the enemy moving? No, there's been no movement. He's worried. I can understand that. We have no idea when the enemy will attack. I climb up the walls and look out over the Disneyfrodi troops. I can see their flags dotting the landscape around us. There's no sign of any major movements, but they've finished arranging their troops. An attack could come any minute. I climb back down off the walls and call to the lookout. It'll be okay. Yuidora's walls are strong. They won't fall easily. Report if something happens. Yes. After I try to reassure him, I go over to the plaza. Right now, it's being used as practically a military station. The stalls have been converted to essentially barracks for storing equipment and giving soldiers a place to rest. We're also using the plaza to distribute our limited food. The alchemists who have been fighting lay their equipment down here, while they sit on the ground and eat. It's like this all the way through the plaza, and up the stairs to the manor. We're still using the manor as our main military headquarters. Most of the meetings for the war are being held there. My friends and I have also been sleeping there recently to make sure we can be easily found in case of an emergency. Everybody stands up at attention when I walk in. Good timing. We were just about to call for you. And preparations are almost done. Sarah and Emilita nod. We've also finished assigning forces. Food and water have been secured. We drew a lot of extra water just in case. The enemy's finished deploying too. They'll probably attack soon. There wasn't any movement when I went to check a little earlier. But I don't think they'll give us that long. We've finished all our arrangements. Panicking won't help. I think that the enemy will try to make this a short war. Why do you say that? Food. They haven't brought much with them, and they can obtain very little from this area. How do you know that? They marched quickly. If they were carrying a large amount of rations, it would have taken them much longer. I see. In other words, their plan was always to make this a quick invasion. They probably think that will be the least costly way. And marching across the mountains would exhaust their soldiers even more. In that case, if we can last out this siege, they might be forced to give up. We haven't saved much food either. We didn't have the time to prepare for a large-scale war. We just had rations yesterday. It feels like it's been forever since the first time you cooked for us and we hung out.
苦しいのは同じだが、相手の方が余計に苦しいはずだ。
It's hard for us, but it's worse for them. We'll just have to be patient. Anyway, we won't know until they do something. I head to the walls as soon as I get the report that the enemies started moving. I watch them proceed down the highway from above the gates. They're getting into formation a short distance away on the plains. They could attack at any moment. Yuidora climbs up after me and looks at the soldiers carefully.
帝の御旗だ。長い戦いになりそうだな。
That is the Emperor's flag. This will be a long war. The Emperor's flag?
この戦が帝の命令によって行われているという証だ。帝の退却命令がなければ、この戦は終わらない。
It's proof that this war is the Emperor's order. It will not end until he issues the order to retreat. Come home victorious, or don't come home at all. After I take careful note of their size and formations, I climb back down off the wall. Shogun D. Fandao stares hard at the walls of Yuidora from a distance. Shogun, our deployment is complete. Well done. We're not attacking. It's very different from our castles. High walls in that gate. Its size and completely made of steel. They truly are a technological nation. No movement at all. Maybe they're scared. They already know how great the difference is between our forces and theirs. Then why haven't they sent any messengers? Maybe they don't know how to fight. Send a messenger. Recommend they surrender. We won't fight them. I would prefer to avoid any battle at all. Sir. The messenger rides on horseback to Yuidora.